So today we're talking about Ellefson Soto featuring David Ellefson from Megadeth and Jeff Scott Soto from Sons of Apollo, Wet, Journey, Solo Artist, and a bunch of other bands. I feel like I've heard this guy's name so many times like over the past couple of years. But this band plays heavy metal, a little bit of thrash, and a little bit of power metal. Was called Vacation in the Underworld, released on October 7th, 2022. Their debut album, and I'll talk quickly about David Ellefson. We all know he had some issues, with the past with his whole controversy thing, and he was fired from Megadeth. And you're all thinking, so is this like the Revenge album? Is this like what Megadeth did to Metallica or that type of thing? And not really. I think it's just David Ellefson. He's like, okay, I'm free now. I'm not in the band. I'm not, under Megadeth anymore. So I'm going to do my own thing. So this is what Dave is doing. It did come out kind of quickly, like a month after the Megadeth album, but I don't know if they wanted to do it just kind of to ride that wave. Maybe they did. But anyway, in the lineup, Jeff Scott Soto, David Ellefson, and then Andy Martingale on guitar and keys, and Paolo Cardi on drums. And it released on RatPakRecords. Now, my first impression was not too bad. But my issue was the guitar riffs. A lot of them sounded kind of like derivative, sounded like not too original, but there were some good songs. So I'll talk about the ones that were decent songs. So Vacation in the Underworld. This one has like a opening solo. You had some heavy metal style guitar riffs. This is the opening track, so fast drum work. They wanted the opening album with a banger. So lots of rapid fire heavy riffs and pretty cool. And you got some guests on here. Steve Conley and Ken Mary from Flotsam and Jetsam are on this track. The other ones that stood out was The Day Before Tomorrow. This is more towards the end of the album. This one has that slow bass guitar intro. You're going to get a lot of that in this album because it is David Ellefson. Melodic riffs, keyboards. And it's a little more power metal style because it does have a female vocalist. Her name is Giada Jade Etro from this Italian power metal band called Frozen Crown, who I'm not really familiar with. But this is a very melodic song. You got like the violin solo, the female vocals, kind of more of a power metal song. So this one is a little different. And then the other song I liked a lot was the closing track called Rise to Win. Kind of like has this like Black Sabbath style solo with some heavy metal riffing, a little bit of like thrash metal riffing and bass solos in the intro. And really good song. It's just lots of powerful vocals. You got a lot of bass. You got like a flute at one point, some Middle Eastern instrumentation, and a guitar solo. So that was a good closer. Now, you're probably wondering, does this sound like Megadeth at times? And yes, on two songs. So the first like Megadeth sounding song is Like a Bullet. And that one is kind of very derivative. It's when you hear the song, like you get this feeling like you've heard it before. I feel like it's kind of like the same riff that's on another Megadeth album, but I can't really place it. If you know, let me know in the comments. But it is, it's pretty cool, but it's just very like derivative of Megadeth. And the other one that was like very like Megadeth-like was Live to Die Another Day. It just has that style, Megadeth style, fast drums, fast riffs, harder vocals, palm muted riffs, fast drum beat, and it's good, it's heavy, it's enjoyable, it's just very like derivative. So as far as the other songs, I think nothing special, but they're okay. So Sharpen the Sword, that one's okay, it's very melodic. The Reason, you got the slow drums, melodic riffs, that one's very powerful vocals. That one's a little different, but it's good. S.T.N, this one means Something to Nothing. More of like a punk rock style, so that one was a little different if you like punk. So kind of like had that kind of energy. The Revolution, you got some classic heavy metal riffs. That one was okay again. And Celebrity Trash, more in like a hard rock or glam rock style, but very melodic. So then they had one more short instrumental called Hercules with a bass instrumental and modern rock guitar solos, and it's only a minute and a half, and that's all it was. So what are my final thoughts on this album? It's not too bad. There are some good songs and there's some filler, so I think it's decent. It's not a bad listen. As far as the production, again, not too bad. you do get a lot of bass. It is David Ellefson. He's kind of doing his thing. He's free. He's kind of like doing his own thing now. So who would like this? If I think this is more geared towards fans of like that melodic rock, more towards that the stuff that like Jeff Scott Soto does, opposed to this being a new Megadeth album or a new Megadeth style band, which it is not. It is more of like a melodic rock, arena rock, hard rock with elements of thrash and power metal. So that's what it is. So if you are a fan of Jeff Scott Soto and his solo stuff or some of his other bands, I think this might be more for you as opposed to like a thrash metal fan. But anyway, I think the album is decent. It did grow on me after a few listens a little, but I think in the end it's just okay. My final score is going to be a 7 out of 10. And that is all. Let me know what you thought in the comments. And that is all. I think I have maybe one more video to release on Thursday and then the weekends here. So Friday, we got some new releases and all that. Please remember, like, comment, subscribe, and see you in the next one.